hope you're ready. Pitter patter, let's get at her. You better be ready.
I am ready.
Okay, because we are live. At least I think we are.
Oh, hey, everybody.
How is everyone doing tonight? Very excited. Although we have really nothing in particular to talk about. We're just going to kind of see what happens.
Oh.
You know, that's the way you do it. But I do want to do this because I don't want them to get lost. Michelle Farrell, Jessica Goldston, Hope Mudd Jones, who we know, and Rojo Aqualuna all became members. And for some reason, after I pushed go, Jessica and the other one, Michelle, disappeared. So I wanted to make sure that I shouted that out first. Audio, video, good. Thank you, Zen. All right. We do have some things, some fun things that we can talk about. First things first, we withheld a little bit of information from you all last week.
We did.
We did. At least I don't think we mentioned it because we talked all about the new house. And we're not going to do that this whole time. Don't worry. We're not going to do another stream talking about our new house, even though we could, because we are so super stinking excited about it.
Yes.
But there is one thing that we didn't tell you, and it's because of my beautiful wife sitting across from me. It's her fault.
What?
Because she is a weirdo and she worries about things that perhaps she should not worry about. We did not close on the house until Friday.
Right.
So technically it was a bad idea.
This is.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I'm sorry.
What are you, the director now?
Well, it was in my way. I couldn't see you.
I had the little screen popped out and she couldn't see my beautiful face while I was sitting here talking. We didn't close until Friday. So we were sitting here talking to you last Thursday night. And things could have still gone south. And it almost seemed like it was going to.
We've had the worst luck.
You know what? If something bad could happen, it will happen with us. We are the definition of Murphy's Law. So here's the deal, folks. This is my genius. I wanted to make the whole thing easier for everybody. So I went to the state of Maryland to pick up a cashier's check for our down payment.
Right.
And the reason why I went there to do that was because they said, well, you can wire us the money, but it's complicated and all this. I said, you know what? I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to go do that. So the day before closing, I said, I'm going to make everything easier.
Yeah.
Go to Maryland, get the check, got the check. I'm not going to tell you how much it was, but through the drive-through, because the state of Maryland is still like in lockdown. I don't know if the whole state is this way, but the bank that we go to, the lobby is still closed. Anyway, got it through the drive-through, bring it home. We go to closing the next day.
No, you forgot to mention. He said, make sure you're ready at 8:00. I said, okay.
Here we go.
Okay, I'll be ready at 8:00. I was ready at 8:00. We're halfway there.
Get out of here. We're 5 minutes down the road.
No, it was at least 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. It was definitely 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes down the road, almost out of King George, and it was closed. He says,
I forgot my wallet.
oh, shoot, I forgot my wallet. And I said, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. And we had to be at the house to do a walkthrough at noon. So it's like 4 hours away. So we were late.
It was my fault.
It was John's fault. I was so happy to be able to say it was his fault and not mine. And I mean, I was counting on 2 P stops. I only got one.
Only able to have one.
It was okay. I survived.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about my next failure, because this next one was my fault too. It was almost as if I did not want this to happen. We go to closing. We're in the town that we're living in. We're going to be living in. It has a little downtown area. And if you're wondering why we're not saying what town that is, I think you can figure that out because internet. So
But
we're in
everybody
town.
knows we live in King George. But okay.
Yeah, well, we go into the settlement office and we're doing the whole thing, and the attorney says, okay, now's the fun part. You get to hand over the check. So I pull out the check, and I knew that the check wasn't signed. I've never gotten a cashier's check before. What do I know? When you write a check, you sign it. So when I got the check, it wasn't signed. I figured I was going to sign it. So I pulled the check out.
But you didn't write the check.
Well,
the
I know,
bank wrote
but
the check. So if the bank writes the check, the bank signs it. Duh.
yeah, you act like you knew that. You didn't
I
know
know.
that.
I've wrote checks before because I'm the one that does the bills here. When I write a check, I sign my name.
Right.
Right.
Because you are the signer, the what is it? The signee of the account. Long story short, the check wasn't signed. And I thought that was okay. I thought that I was going to sign it. So I pull the check out and I say, do you have a pen so I can sign it? And the attorney says, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So Wells Fargo in Maryland, you done me wrong. I don't know. Long story short, I had to go to a bank and get it signed. One of a branch of our bank.
That wasn't in that town.
And it took 45 minutes to get there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, things got delayed, but I got it signed, and the lady at the bank was like, yeah, that's like banking 101. The person who gave you that check should have known to sign it, but what do I know? So, down to the wire, it was almost like this thing was not supposed to happen, but it happened. It's done. It's ours. Well, it's the bank's. We're renting it from the bank, but it is our house, and everything is done, and we're super excited about it. And tomorrow I get to go start the process of getting it ready for us. Now, like I said I don't know how much we said last week. There's really nothing in the house that needs to be done to prepare it for us. Right. There's already people living in that house. There are tenants in there that were renting it from the previous owner.
And they're alive. They're not like haunted people living in there.
Yeah, thanks, Jason Adams. We'll talk about that in a minute. But they're going to stay there until we move in. So it's kind of good. I mean, and the house is already there. So it's already there, of course. They're not building it. The house is already ready for us. We're going to go ahead and probably do a little painting or something like that. But the real work has to be done in the buildings. And I received Friday evening, actually. It was pretty late. It was getting dark. I got my first bit of bad news. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show this in a video, and it's going to be much more dramatic, but way more people watch the videos than watch these live streams. So it's not going to be a huge spoiler for a lot of people. So, want to lay things out here for you a little bit. I knew I was going to need to go into the studio building and rebuild and do some work on the floors. Why are you looking at me mean? What did I do?
I'm just looking at you.
Okay.
It's called resting bee face.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, resting bee face. The floor, I explained last week, was going to need a little work. I knew it was going to need a little work. I was going to need to go in there and add some support and all of that. Did not realize just how bad it was until last week. These are so small now I can't even see them. Let's see. Lisa snapped some photos of me cutting a hole in the floor. Now, don't be alarmed. This was planned. I knew this floor was going to have to come up, and this was all part of the plan. What I didn't know was what I was going to see when I cut that hole in the floor. Now, this room, folks, is going to house all of these aquariums. We are not going to have any aquariums in the house, zero. They're all going to be in this building. So 360, two 240s, two 125s, a new one that's going to be approaching 500 gallons. Lots of bangers are going to be in there. And I was worried, but I didn't realize what it was until I cut the hole in the floor. Now, anybody knows anything about construction, they're looking at that right there and they're saying, oh boy, because that looks like a much bigger gap than 16 inches, which would be your typical code now. 16 inches on center. For floor joists, no, these are more like 24, if not 30 inches on center. And the other problem with this floor is there's no subfloor. Now, if you had talked about subfloor back in 20 years ago, hardly anybody would have known what you're talking about. But because of all of the DIY shows and all of that, everybody knows you've got your floor system. They lay a layer of plywood or OSB on top of that, which serves as your subfloor. And then you have flooring, either tile, carpet, hardwoods, whatever that goes down on top of it. That subfloor does not exist in this building. It is 3/4 inch oak hardwood flooring laying directly on top of the floor joists. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
And dirt.
I've never seen
Dirt.
anything done that way. And so I threw up a little bit. I didn't really throw up, but that saying, I threw up in my mouth a bit when I saw that.
I was scared for you because you stuck your head down in there, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's not something I would do.
There's a lot of things I realized in that. And like I said, there's going to be video footage that's going to show this in much greater detail and what my solution to this is going to be. We left out of there that night. I just wanted to cut that hole because I wanted to know what was going on. And I found out what's going on, and I didn't like what's going on. And it turns out that this is going to be a bigger job than I expected. However, I think in the end, it's going to be much better than it would have been had I done what I originally planned.
Right.
And anybody that knows anything about construction, you're probably able to figure out what my idea is for this just by me telling you that the ground is about that much lower than the floor joists. So not much space. When that floor comes out.
Whose idea was it?
I don't know.
I said, you know what you should do instead of all that?
No, I don't think you did. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
I did say that.
The video for that is not going to come out for a while because, it's one of those things, and a lot of stuff is going to be like this with this life-changing endeavor we're getting ready to go into. There's going to be a lot of videos that get made that don't go up for a very long time because it's a process. You do something now, but then it's not officially done until 2 months later or whatever. So putting the video up would be way premature because it wouldn't be done. So you're probably not going to see anything about this floor, I would guess, for probably a couple of months. But when they do start coming out, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out that's going to be very, very cool. Lots of cool information, lots of cool stuff that we've certainly never shown on this channel before. And I think it's just going to be all kinds of fun. So be prepared for that. Be subscribed and everything else, which you probably already are because that's why you're here. But I think it's going to be a good time, and I can't wait for it. Lisa wanted to show off a little something to you because you took some pictures of your beta room.
Yes.
And I'm going to put them up here covering up both of us. But this is the room that is Lisa's beta room. Would you like to talk about it? It's up now. I mean, you probably can't see it yet. But it's the shot of the door and the fireplace.
Well, there's really not a whole lot to talk about because it's not done.
It's true.
But all the stuff will be taken out of it, like that glass thing, and that like magazine holder, whatever. But I'm gonna have a beta system along that wall where those things are, along the wall to the left, where you see the plug, the electric plug holder thingy, and then possibly some going toward, like, up to the fireplace, which I have a lot of plans for. That will look really cute. Up towards the front of the room is going to be. Are you showing that yet?
Yep.
That's going to be my plant section. I'm going to have it all blended to like blend in with my beta tanks and everything, but I'm going to have like a little sitting area with all my plants and plants hanging down. Where the chandelier is, I'm going to have like a little round table with a chair to sit at. And anyway, it's just, we've got hopefully some shelves that will be taken out of his section to go into my section, and they'll be up high. They'll be still part of the building, but they'll also hold like my plants up top. I want a real rustic type look, but of course professional at the same time. But I'm really excited because I just have a vision in my head how I want it to look. And so, yeah, hopefully it all comes together exactly how I envision it, because it's going to look super cool.
It took all of 45 seconds for somebody to yell at me for safety glasses.
Oh.
Ethan, you are the safety glasses police tonight, huh? I see what you're doing. I mean, listen, it was late and I just had to get in there and get it done. So if it is what it is. But yeah, what you really weren't able to see, and I don't know if I have any photos. I really don't want to talk about this the whole time tonight.
I see a question. Rough Play asked, so what happened to the sorority tank? If you're talking about my 125, I've mentioned it a few times that I took it down because I wasn't able to keep the plants alive in there to adequately house a beta sorority the way I wanted it to be and the way it should be. So I took them out and
they're separated into two tanks now.
And I made it a goldfish tank. So there.
Yep.
How's your beta tank doing?
That looked like a real snotty. How's your tank doing? Like, what was that?
No, I know he has a beta tank. That's why I was asking.
Is there something wrong with his eye?
No, my eye.
We pick on each other all day long, folks.
So
just
funny.
get used to it. But yeah, I don't want to talk about this the whole time because, I mean, we could do live streams every single Thursday talking nothing but this place. And I think that would just get boring for everybody. But again, tomorrow is when the work starts, and it's going to be a weekend. It's going to be fun. And a lot of stuff is going to be going on. I don't know how much we're going to update you about it because, again, I don't want to bore you. But there is one thing that could be bad news. I've done everything I can do to try to prevent it from being bad news. But I may have talked about it last week. I don't know. Things are such a blur. There's no internet there at all. There is a crappy DSL service that is barely enough to even like scroll through email and stuff like that. So what I did, as soon as we put the contract on the house, I ordered Starlink. Anybody that's familiar with Elon Musk's Starlink, it is a satellite internet service, the best in the industry, created by Elon Musk. And you got to get on a waiting list when you order this. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to get way ahead of this. And I put in an order for it as soon as we signed the contract on the house, which was back in November. And the website was saying that it was not going to ship until summer 2022. Well, it got delivered 2 days ago. So that's cool. Starlink will be there. And I have seen a lot of YouTubers talk about live streaming with Starlink. Some say it's good. Some say it's not. So I don't know how it's going to be until it's set up. But I don't know what's going to happen with live stream. Obviously, we make our living online. So obviously, the Starlink is going to provide the internet that we need to to handle the website and upload videos to YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But if it's going to be strong enough to stream from, that part I do not know. We have talked about if we have to stop streaming, it's not going to be by choice. It's going to be because the internet that we have just can't handle it. We have discussed alternatives to the stream, which I think would be a lot of fun. We're not going to get into all of that yet because we're not there yet. But I will know way before we move, because I'm going to set that up well in advance before we move down there. So I'll know as soon as I get it installed whether or not it's something that we're going to be able to stream from. And then I'll be able to tell you either yay or nay. We're not going to be able to stream anymore, or yes, we will. I mean, I'll just have to let you know. I'll keep you posted on that. But the idea, if we can't do it, is to basically film something like this. Obviously, it wouldn't be live, but we could basically go through the comments on the previous week's video and almost treat it as if it is a live stream.
Rustic Nashville said if worse comes down to worse, there's always Starbucks to stream from. But we don't have a Starbucks.
We ain't got no Starbucks down there.
We don't have a Chipotle.
Or a Chick-fil-A.
It's going to be crazy.
But we don't have a Chick-fil-A or a Chipotle here either, so I ain't going to be missing that. But
we have a Starbucks.
I've never been there.
Oh.
I don't like Starbucks coffee. But anyway, so yeah, that's the update on the house. Again, there's not going to be any more unless like something catastrophic happens or something crazy happens, because there's no reason. It's going to be the same thing. Well, I went last weekend and worked on the house a little bit. That's pretty much going to be the update every single week. But there's only one more thing I will say, and I'm going to be very quick about it. I maintain my pledge to make the best beta system on YouTube.
Okay.
I will know for certain tomorrow once I find out if those shelves come apart.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about those just because they're so perfect.
So far, exactly 0 things that I've wanted to do at this house have gone the way I wanted them to go. So I'm not saying this with confidence, but if what I plan on doing is possible, it's going to be downright dynamite. So, and it's going to have some history behind it and all. It's going to be very cool. So the beta system is going to be striking. And as I said, I want it to be the best on YouTube. I don't mind saying it. I'll say it to your face. So Leo209 Aquatics says, while watching doing a water change for Greedo, and yes, he still hates me sticking my hand in his home. Hey, that's his spot, man. You set it up nice for him and he don't want you in there. It's a, you know,
but I'm glad he's doing better.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to go straight into the chat now, folks. And because I don't want Lisa yelling at anybody, understand, I'm going to be handling super chats. She is going to handle stuff from the chat. So if from the non-super chats, because we like to help everybody, if you do the @KG Tropicals in your comment, it'll highlight it and make it a little easier for her to see. So just know that going in. And I like to get through mine quick because I get very far behind. MCS 1975, 1 year younger than me, became a member.
Older than me, though.
I robbed the cradle. I'm just saying. Rojo Aqualuna became a member earlier and now is a super chatter saying, and that, hold on a minute.
That's Don Jones.
Okay. See, I was like looking at the avatar and it's really small and I'm like, that looks like them, but I didn't know. So I'm going to have to get used to that, Don. He says, Lisa, you go, girl.
Thank you.
That's what he said. Diana Knowles, thanks for my 2 minutes of fame. Oh, that was one of the ones we were talking about earlier. One of the the new member tonight.
Oh, okay.
You are very welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Callan Shepard, I almost got my 75-gallon planted community tank the way I wanted, but I found out the most important thing I can do for, hold on, Not your fault, Callan. It's mine. I can do for the health and happiness of my fish is to support this channel. So here you go.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I did not see that super chat coming out that way. Thank you so much. And you are a huge supporter, and you look to be in your avatar, a fellow bald man. So welcome. Thank you.
The Zen Ginger said you can hang out live in your streams even if they're pre-recorded and chat still. This is true.
We did think of that. That was mentioned, and I'm glad you brought that up because my left eye twitches when I'm really tired. So it's going to be happening tonight.
I didn't punch him in the eye before the stream.
Lisa just doesn't let me sleep well at night. But
Sorry.
what we thought about doing was doing Premiere, uploading the video as a normal video, uploading it at 8 p.m. Thursday nights, and having it be as a Premiere. So there would be the interactive chat on that. And we could very well do that. I mean, we're going to play that by ear. I think that would be a lot of fun. I don't know. See, the only thing that I think about those that would be trouble is I think that live chat during premieres does not go over to become regular chat, like comments. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that happens. I think it's only live chat, which is the same with this. Like everything y'all are saying in the chat right now doesn't show up in the comment section of the video. I wish it did. That'd be kind of cool. It basically disappears unless somebody turns the live chat on when they're doing their replay. I don't know if that's an option when it is a premiere. I think it basically, everything that we talk about disappears. So you can say anything and you won't get in trouble for it. I think that's how it works on the premieres, but who cares? It would be absolutely, like she pointed out, a way that we could still interact with people like we do now. So.
Right. Delilah's Critter said, Lisa, thanks for the members only vid. That made me want more betas. LOL.
Of course, she thanks you for it. Of course. It was me that made the video.
But I was talking in it. I mean, you were too, but.
Yeah, that was fun. And what she's talking about is yesterday was beta day. And we've talked about it quite a few times, the whole process of how it happens. It's a very simple process, and we're very fortunate for it to be the way it is. I decided to go ahead and turn the camera on and get a little video footage of it yesterday. Yeah. So if you're a member, make sure you check that out. And only you can watch it. The regular people can't. Only the members can. It's only like a 2-minute video, but it shows what it's like here on a day when we receive
and my
betas.
House was a mess. I was so embarrassed, but we're packing and I have a lot of plants, so yeah.
The plants hide a lot.
Leo 209 Aquatics asked at KG Tropicals, thinking of making live baby brine shrimp for Greedo and my other fish. How much would be a good amount to feed or too small for him? Honestly, the baby brine shrimp I think are probably too small for him. I wouldn't feed it. They're so small.
I mean, it's not going to be a bad thing, but I think that what I would advise you to do, because you only have a couple of tanks and a few fish, I personally would not do it. It's fun and it's cool. It's like, hey, there's sea monkeys.
Yeah, they're super cute.
But it is quite a bit of work. It's not like you're going out there digging a ditch, but it's, it's quite a bit of work. It produces a lot of food that is only viable for a short period of time. Mm-hmm. And your fish are never going to be able to consume all of that.
Yeah.
To me, people that breed brine shrimp are going to be your people like LRB and Dean from Aquarium Co-op. And those people that have, dozens and dozens of tanks with a bunch of fry, and they're trying to grow those fry up. I don't think there's a better food on earth.
We used to do it when we had the African cichlids, but the fish were a lot smaller.
They were baby fry.
Yeah, and we had thousands of them, so it never went to waste.
And it was fun. It's not exhausting work. It is fun to actually create the food for your fish. It is fun, but it's probably something that you would get bored of after a few times of doing it. So my advice would be save the money. It's not super expensive to hatch brine shrimp, but save the money and just buy frozen brine shrimp. And there you
Yeah.
go. I mean, you'll be, it's the same food. And it's like $5 and you'll feed your fish for months on that. So
Oh, here's
Melissa,
a good
wait a
one.
minute. Melissa Jeswald says, congratulations on the new house. Can I come live with you?
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
the
you
Historic
can.
Society said we are not allowed to subdivide the lot. So I don't know where we would put a house
We have
for
a
you.
guest room.
Hey, we're going to need some help out there. So we can definitely talk about it. I just emailed myself.
Oh. Well, Old Fish Guy says, hey, Jason and Joanna, love your videos. Thanks.
Old Fish Guy. In a little while, you'll realize why that's funny.
Donna Horton asks, Lisa, how is the pregnant kitty?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay, if you all don't know, I had a cat.
Cat found you.
Yeah, I have a lot of stray cats that come to my porch, and sometimes I'm able to kind of earn their trust, and they will let me pet them. And usually when I'm able to do that and I can get them in my bathroom, I will figure out how to find them a home or find a rescue for them, or I have a good friend that works at our animal shelter who knows a ton of rescues, so I'll get in touch with her. So I found I had another cat. There's been like 2 in the past few weeks that I've brought in, and she ended up being pregnant. For sure pregnant, because I ended up taking her to Brandy at the shelter, and she has a home for her. She's actually at a rescue now, but she's super pregnant, and I'm not sure how many kittens she's going to have, but I did request that they send me pictures and stuff and updates, because she's such a sweet cat.
She was super
I
sweet.
named her Izzy, and I felt so bad when I took her too, because it's like these cats would normally just run away. You know, they just run away, but I guess I socialize them and I get them used to people. And then when I take them to a rescue or something, I almost feel like I'm abandoning them, and it just, right here, it hurts so bad. But I know they're better off, because if I didn't do that, they would be out here getting hurt or sick or something, and there's something out there that's been hurting the cats, and I don't think it's another animal, I think it's a person. So the more I can get off the streets around here, the better I'm gonna feel when we move, because I won't be here anymore to help them.
Let's turn things around on a little brighter note here. I added something to the website for you today,
Oh, yes, you did.
but I'm going to have you announce it because I do all the talking.
Okay, so John added a 5-pack beta sorority package today. Now, when he did that, he also explained in like the what do you call that, the
Product description.
product description, that these are going to be 5 betas that I choose. They're going to be the same size, they're going to be as close to the same age as possible, and they're going to be 5 different betas,
Females.
female betas.
Have to clarify that.
There's no guarantee they're going to get along. We just highly recommend that you do your research before you put them together. And they're going to be 5 betas that I pick. It's not going to be, oh, can I have a black samurai? Can I have a mustard gas? Can I have a hellboy? It's going to be 5 that I think look beautiful together. And it comes at a discounted price to where you're not paying like what you would normally pay for 5.
You're basically getting one fish for free.
Yeah. And I wouldn't put...
Not basically, you are getting one fish for free.
I wouldn't put 5 females together that didn't look good together. You know, I would do it like I would want my own. So.
Well, and the one thing I want to mention with this is it's not our attempt to get rid of females. So it's not like she's going to pick you 5 fish that we just really want to get rid of. It's not that way at all. This is something that has come requested. Lots of people have asked about that.
What?
Don't say 3. It's been a lot. It's been quite a few. People have suggested that. And it's one of those things where if nobody buys them, it's okay. It's not like, you have a whole bunch of females.
Right.
And if somebody orders one of those packs, you're going to go through and pick 5 of them, and there you go. It's not like if nobody buys them, they're just going to sit there and rot. It's not like that at all. So this is just offering people that want something like this. It's there as an option for them, save a little bit of money. But just to reiterate, it's not going to be a by request thing, and it's also not going to be guaranteed. In fact, I'm sorry, I had a Coke tonight and it's making me all belchy.
You've been a little burpy tonight.
It's in the description for everybody, and nobody will see that, but it's still there. Mm-hmm. And it's basically saying, hey, we can't guarantee that these fish are going to get along. So what we're recommending anybody that buys a beta sorority pack, I'm putting up the quotes, be prepared in case things don't go well. Right. Be somebody like Rustic Nashville who's got 72 beta tanks around her house and okay, I'm going to put these fish in here. If it doesn't work out, I know exactly where I'm going to put these fish. Now, of course, not everybody's going to be able to do that, and I get it, but just understand keeping a beta sorority is similar to keeping an African cichlid tank. You can put all the fish together and they could be perfectly fine and never have any problems, or you could put them in there and all hell breaks loose and you just don't know. Right. So you got to know that going in. So there is a little bit of a risk. It's no more greater of a risk than if you were to just select 5 females. But for us as a business, we can't guarantee, these are going to be great together. And then they, end up all fighting each other, and then you are mad at us. We can't guarantee that. So you're buying at your own risk. We, of course, guarantee they will arrive to you alive and well and happy and healthy. We just can't guarantee they're going to stay that way when you put them together. I hope they do. But we've had sororities go both ways. We've had some that are perfect and there's no problems. And then we've had them crash. So, you just have to know that going in. So there you go. Greg Witt says, you guys are awesome. It was a dirty impeller. Oh, yeah. I got an email the other day asking if we sold the impellers for tidal filters. And I said, hey, wait a minute. Did you take it out? Blow it off like we used to do with our chargers for our Nintendos, or the cartridges for your Nintendo, blow in it and then put it back in and it works. And apparently he did that, and that's exactly what it was. Yep. That is the same with absolutely any hang on the back filter. If it stops working, first thing you got to do is check that impeller.
I learned that when we had the fish store. Yep.
I bet you don't remember the brand of that though.
I don't. I just remember you taught me how to do it. And
Stick your finger down in there and go.
Bloop, and it goes.
That was a AquaClear 110.
Okay.
I had multiples of those, and yeah, that would happen every once in a while. They would just stop, and you had to pull the lid off and pull the tube out and just stick your finger down in there and just nudge the impeller a little bit, and it would fire back up, and there you go. So. Yeah, but I'm glad you worked that out and didn't spend the money to order an impeller. I did find out I could get the impellers, but I'm not going to because they so rarely go bad, and usually it's just something like that.
Because you can just fix it yourself. Only Oscars says...
I love that name.
I know, me too. At least I'm learning the different types of betas. Started a whole new fish room for my little Oscar betas. Aw, she's the one that she did the auction on Stephen P's channel and got the whole setup and auction for my beta.
Nice.
Yeah, you're so sweet.
Learning all the different kinds of betas is like trying to learn all the different kinds of chickens, which I tried to do the other day and realized, wow, That's not going to happen.
I have never seen a man watch so many chicken videos.
It's fun. Chicken videos is fun.
4 hours driving to North Carolina. I didn't get a word in because I had to hear about chickens the whole way.
Have you lost your mind? You talked about cats the whole time. What are you even trying to talk about?
You were talking about chickens except for when you were eating your fries.
I am excited about getting chickens. I thought all chickens were just chickens. And I thought there was like the Cornish crosses and the Leghorns and a couple of the other, like Leghorns is really like, that's the main one I knew because Foghorn Leghorn, duh. And of course I want Leghorns, but wow, there's so many different types of chickens. It's like, what, are you kidding me? This is crazy. I'll never know all of the chickens, but anyway, yeah, good luck learning all of the betas because Texas Fish Room says congrats on the new house. Thank you so much for that. We're, like I said, we could talk about it all day. Black Koi Records just here to show support. Wow, with a $20 banger. Hello. That is very, very nice of you. Thank you for that. Kyle D says John, Lisa, Oscar, Bubbles. It's emojis.
Oh, cute.
Not enough John, Lisa, Oscar, and Bubbles emojis. I got to fix that emoji because mine has a white background, but yours is just your head. And it looks really funny just being your head kind of floating there. If you're a member, you have access to those emojis. So go get them. And there you go. Diana Knowles, yay, this is so awesome. Could you one day talk about Colombian tetras, please? We could. We don't have any at the moment. But yeah, if we get some or if we are, in need of a topic, sure, why not? They're very pretty, very nice.
Crochet Lady 13 said, thinking my Molly is going to give birth soon. What are the signs for that? She's fat. I mean,
Mollies are going to give birth all the time. So
nonstop. Like have stuff in there that the babies can hide in though, so that they don't eat them, like, or other fish in the tank will eat them, like guppy grass and floaty type plants. I'm so bad with, I don't have live bearers, so I don't deal with that, but have a lot of stuff in there for those babies to hide in. I when the yellow lab that I had in a 10-gallon finally spit her fry out, I have little baby yellow labs and they're so adorable. I stuck in old snail shells that I had like mystery snail shells because I save them all. I don't know why, I just do, but I threw them in there and the babies would go in there and hide. And they're not Shelleys, but...
You made them Shelleys.
I made them Shelleys. Shelley Labs.
Chad Krotz says, welcome to NC. Once you cross the border, you'll find things are done a little different down here. Don't we already know that?
Tell them the story about coming back from North Carolina, how we couldn't find gas.
Yeah. But that sounds like we had a negative experience. No, that is, Chad, that is one of the reasons why we're moving there, is because we felt that almost instantaneously. And I can't even explain it. It just feels like home.
But there's literally graveyards in everybody's yards. And you could tell when you cross over from the Virginia line into North Carolina, and you're not on a major highway, you're on, back roads or whatever, there's graveyard. There'd be a ditch and a house across the street, but right over here in the ditch, there's a grave, and it's like, what?
It's a normal thing down there, but yeah, we have not met a person in North Carolina yet that was not just the most pleasant person ever to deal with. Every single human being.
Even our, what do you call it, loan officer? Not the,
She's the loan officer.
Yeah. Well, I was saying not the underwriter, but the loan officer, the second one that I went through.
Underwriters, they don't do what she did. Underwriters are like in basements and they're very pale because they never see the sun, and
that's a radiologist.
They have to crawl out of the gates of hell before they come upstairs.
Underwriters not nice. Anyway, our loan officer came to our closing. She was so sweet.
Yep.
She's just the sweetest. And she brought like a little housewarming package for us, and it had my favorite wine in it. It was so sweet.
It was as if she knew. Leslie Perry says, remember y'all talked me into going back to get my Pleco? We do remember that.
Remember that.
His name is Percy. Just wanted John to know his whole name is Percy Weasley Perry. Love it. As in he's a perfect, okay, I'm sorry. I'm struggling tonight. We're so happy to be reunited. Well, I love the fact that his name is Percy Weasley. It's a Harry Potter thing. But
I still like Percy.
But no, that is very cool. I'm very glad we were able to convince you to do that. I mean, that's,
That's so cool.
If you got that level of an attachment to a fish, you got to keep it home.
Yep.
So I'm glad that worked out. And thank you for updating us on it. And I love his name. Ethan W., this is where he was yelling at me for the safety glasses. Listen, I've never been good with that. It's always been a problem. I worked construction for half my life, and I never wore safety glasses. When I had my cabinet shop, I wore them a lot. But I've always been really stupid about that. I'm just going to be honest. I've always been really dumb. So, but I'm going to make sure I've got them on.
Yeah, you need to, because you're going to have CJ with you too.
He'll wear them because he's smart.
Well, he does.
I won't even need to make him. He'll just wear them, and I will too. But I that night I was so anxious, and I just wanted to get that thing done. I didn't even think about safety glasses.
I remember backing up too, because I was like, and I know you probably didn't hear my words when I said safety glasses. Yeah, you forgot I said that. Any
tool person watching here, I had to brag about this on Bob's stream the other night in the chat, and he was happy for me. And any tool person, I used to say any tool man, but now just as many women out there that love tools as men. Lisa greenlit the purchase of a DeWalt 6-tool cordless kit the other day.
I don't know what that is. I just said,
I said, hey, I'm going to be able to use them to do all this work, and it's going to help me out. And she just said, why are you even asking me? Just do it, which is why I love her so much. But
was that was what you were asking me about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Had the reciprocating saw, the circular saw, the multi-tool, which is a tool that I've always wanted. I've never had one. So excited for that. And a grinder. Been needing a grinder for so long. And then it had the 2 drills too.
What all those boxes are from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was a glorious day when that came in. I felt what a day it was. I'm going to be using those tomorrow, starting tomorrow. So, yay. Thank you for letting me do that. Sarah Johnson, OMG, this is going to be so cool when you guys have this all done. I'm so excited. I'm still so excited and happy for you both. Can't wait to watch it all unfold. Like I said, we could talk about it from now till ever, because I have actually debated. I'm not debated. I'm debating with myself, starting another channel that would be strictly home improvement type stuff. That's always been one of my favorite things just ever to do. Working with tools, getting dirty, not wearing safety glasses, just going for it. I've got skills in a lot of things like cabinet making. And so it's up in the air. And I already have a name for it. And I'm not going to say it because it's such a good name. Somebody would steal it.
Right. Is it the one we talked about? Yeah, that's a good one. And there's somebody in here that would be like, oh, when they hear it. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, so anyways, Piper Davis says, just remember you all are from the part of Virginia that makes people say we aren't Southern, LOL.
You know, we are both born and raised in Virginia. And,
I was born 10 minutes from D.C.
I wasn't born that far from D.C. I've always considered Virginia the South. I mean, I've never known it to be anything other than the South. I've always looked at it as a Mason-Dixon line thing. So it's not like we're moving to North Carolina to get into the South. We've always been. Virginia's been good to us. I mean, it has. But it's just time for a change. And Virginia's getting too expensive. And if I'm being quite frank, Virginia's getting too political. And I want to get away from that nonsense. So there's no reason to talk about one way or the other. It's just I don't want to be around any of it. So there you go. Mark Williams. Yay, I made it before the live chat is over. You sure did. Hopefully you're still here to hear me acknowledge that. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kyle D, congrats on the new house. Thank you, my friend. I did forget to mention the Jason Adams disaster from the other day.
What?
Not disaster, but he doesn't call me either. If you were watching last night, the Primetime Aquatics stream, I said something in the chat. I don't remember what it was. And Jason said, "Oh, John, we need to have a talk because I had a dream that I was at your house and it was haunted."
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, well, you must tell the story. Jason and Joanna are much more professional than we are. They like to keep things strictly fish. You could tell he was not interested at all in telling the story. And he didn't. He said he was going to call me to let me know what the story was. And he never did. So I guess it's that bad that he didn't want to scare me. But hey, it's an old house. That house was standing during the Civil War. So if you're somebody that believes in ghosts, you might look at that and say it's something that could be haunted. I ain't scared, but yeah, that is what it is.
What's that saying? I'm not afraid of no ghost.
That's right. If you
Wait,
were,
is that from the Ghostbusters?
it is. And if you were a smart person, you would watch those movies and you would love them like literally everyone else does. You're the only person I've ever met. I don't know how I married you, not being a fan of Ghostbusters.
I never said I didn't like them. I just said I wasn't like a hardcore
No, it's Back
fan.
to the Future. You said you didn't like. How dare you?
Yeah.
Again, I'm just as offended by that as...
And Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, my God. Why do we do this to each other? Tesla Killdozer, $19.99. Hey, John, I got my order from you today. I got Community Crave and Nice Pellets. Nice pellets. Nice is good. That's a great food. It's one of their best sellers. Community Crave is our best seller. But they're both absolutely amazing food. So
Very
you did
good.
well.
Alice B. Asked or says, I just got a beta shipped to me this morning. She's been in the mail for a couple days. She has 2 horizontal stripes down her body that wasn't in the online pic. Do they get stress stripes? Yes, females get stress stripes, but
From us, this came?
we don't ship in the mail though. We only do UPS. But
We don't ship 2 days either, not in the wintertime.
yeah, anyway, just give her time to adjust. It probably is stress. And just because it wasn't in the picture doesn't mean that, it's just when they get stressed, that does happen. So, make sure she's got, she's at the proper temperature, she's comfortable. Sometimes betas don't like to be put in really large tanks when you first get them because they're used to being in a smaller environment. So, if you have her in a 10-gallon, maybe she should go in a 5, for a little while. Get her adjusted, and then her stress stripe should go away.
Sydney White says, your channel is the reason why I have fish aquariums and a pond. Well, let me tell you something. You're doing better than us because we don't have a pond. So good for you. And I am extremely jealous of what you just said because I dream of a pond. And then Zen Ginger said, hot take, new Ghostbusters was just as good as the old ones. And I'll say it to your face, she says.
To my face? I mean, I guess I could sit down and watch them one day.
I really enjoyed the new one. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought the kids were awesome. And you bought me some Funkos of the little mini Stay Puft.
Yeah.
Love it. It's awesome. I loved that movie, especially the last 10 minutes. Not going to spoil it for anybody. I did not see that coming. I had not watched any spoilers, so I did not know that was going to happen, and that was really, really cool. I don't think I can compare it to the originals. I don't think I can say it was as good as the originals, but I enjoyed every minute of that movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Hope My Jones, Rojo I'm struggling to say that name, is a shared account, so Don and I are both on it and commenting on. Okay, that's fun. That's kind of like KG Tropicals for us. You have your own channel, but KG Tropicals is both. You get a comment from KG Tropicals. It could be me. It could be her. You never know. BC Dolphin Nut. John, since you don't like these questions, here we go. This is for Lisa. Okay. Well, she doesn't have pea puffers. I have them. How many pea puffers do you recommend for a standard 20 gallon? So I'm going to answer it, BC Dolphin Nut, just to make you mad. I'm going to answer it. Cause I'm the one with pea puffers, not her.
But who's...
So I know.
Okay,
she's the one taking care of them because she's the best. But pea puffers are like betas. You could put, really, if you think about it, you could put maybe 4 in there, give them 5 gallons each, but it may not go well because they could fight each other. We have 5 in a 10 gallon. I know they're like the size of brine shrimp. They're micro little pea puffers.
What was the comment somebody made on that video? They said he said, "Good luck with the killer beans."
Yeah,
I mean,
I have never had any go rogue, but apparently they can do that. So you do have that risk putting a bunch of them together. But what I have always been told with pea puffers is 5 gallons per fish. So that would tell you your answer is 4. And Evan Rifkin says hello, by the way, and Richard Jacksh. Probably wrong, but welcome to the team. And Only Oscars, we're just going to go on a roll here. Only Oscars, all of them became members tonight. Welcome to the team. Your turn.
Oh,
you don't have one?
No, I can't. Yeah. Adolfo Prieto said MTS is a real thing. I started with a 10 gallon 2.5 years ago. Now I have 6 total. It wasn't a question. I just said that.
I mean, that is a story that is all too common.
Oh yeah.
Very, very common.
Oink Master Supreme Forever said hello.
Nobody commented about my opening to this live stream, and that kind of bothers me. Nobody caught that reference. Did anybody catch that reference?
What are you talking about?
Just thought about it when I said pitter patter. Nobody got that? Okay. Anyway,
I didn't get it.
I'm going back to that. Pitter patter, let's get at her. You wouldn't know it. I'm not going to spoil it. I need somebody in the chat to say what that is from. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Come on now.
Is it from the new Batman movie?
No.
Oh.
No, it's definitely not. Delilah's Critters says, I'm so happy for both with the upcoming move. If you need help with water changes, I'm happy to interview for the title of World's Best Volunteer.
Too far away. I think I'll message you. But I don't think you're going to want to do that drive. But it would be cool. We'll have to meet halfway sometime and hang out or something. And Dee Dee lives somewhere around there. I don't know. We could all have a fish meetup. Girls' Day.
Oh, wait a minute. I just looked up and Stacy Wilson, is it you that got it first? It's a Letterkenny thing. So obsessed with that show.
You showed me one of those episodes. It was funny.
I have to have a bucket under me when I watch that show because I pee myself. It's too funny. Not the kind of humor everybody will like, but dare I say better than Trailer Park Boys, because that's what you're going to do is, compare it to another Canadian show.
But I like Bubbles. Bubbles was
awesome.
named after Bubbles.
Bubbles is awesome. Everybody's saying Letterkenny now. Yeah, there's so many sayings from that. And not all of them are standard like Canadian things. I'm going to have to talk to Joey about it next time I talk to him, because I saw an interview with Jared Kiso, is that his name? The creator of that show. And a lot of the things that they say, like the pitter patter thing, I think they came up with that. I don't think that's like a real thing that people say in Canada, but yeah, I love that show so much.
Dylan Wheeler says, "Hey Lisa, quick question. How many yellow labs do you have in your 240? Isn't it like 60?
How many yellow labs do I have in my 240? Is that what you're asking? It started with 60.
And now I have 8 babies downstairs.
We did lose 2.
2?
Which was weird. It was 2
1.
in 2 days, and I started like getting worried. But yeah, we lost one day and then one the next day.
I thought it was only 1.
Yeah, it was 2. So, but it was, wait a minute, I said it wrong. It wasn't 60, it was 61. So now there's 59 in there.
59 plus I have 8. So yeah.
But that is
67.
a 240 gallon tank. So do you like Curb Your Enthusiasm? Yes. I've watched the entire series of Curb Your Enthusiasm multiple times. And there have been times where I have argued that it's the best comedy show ever made. Even better than Seinfeld. I'll say it to your face.
The Zen Ginger asked, will y'all be staying KG even when you move? I'm assuming for continuity purposes you will, but just wanted to double check.
We will.
We will still be KG.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change that. And King George is where it started. So KG, yeah, got to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Wits World, no internet. Looks like you're going to need to turn one of the buildings into a studio for a live audience. My chair will be just left of center. No, that's not going to happen. If there was no internet at all and we were not able to get any internet, I'm going to say it. I know it's bold, but I'm going to say that would probably be a good thing. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to stream, but I think for us, it would probably be a good thing because it would detach us and disconnect us, and we'd be able to actually be a lot more productive than most of us are now because of being tied to our phones and our tablets and our laptops and all of that. But there is internet. We have to have internet. We know that. So yeah, there's not going to be any live audiences. That's for sure. Whitney Nealon, tips on using forceps to plant plants without getting them caught and getting pulled back up out of the substrate. Is a straight one better than the curved? I, being the second place aquascape contest competitor in Aquashella, will tell you the only way I've been able to figure out how to do that, and I meant to try to get a tip from George Farmer on this, and I never did because I just never asked him. What I do, and it sounds like you might be actually causing a problem by doing this, but I've never seen it cause a problem. I will put both hands in, which I know kind of defeats the purpose of the tweezers, right? But I put my other finger in there and I put a finger on it, and when I let go, then it stays. So having them on the tweezers allows you to get it deep down into the substrate, which you wouldn't be able to do with your fingers. But the finger sitting on the top is what keeps it down in there. That's the only solution I've been able to come up with on my lack of experience self. What do you do? Nothing? You just sit there and let them float?
No, all I have to say is back in the day before they came up with all that, you just use your fingers. You know, you go like this and you go, and you just stick it down in the dirt and you put a little bit more dirt over top of it and you go on with your day. Yeah. That's how professional I am. I do have the tools and stuff, and they work very well when I don't feel like using my fingers.
I mean, especially when you're using like the planted substrate soils that are real loose and real light. It is a challenge, and it is a struggle. What I go deeper than I think. Don't be weird. I stick the tweezers in deeper than I think, and then I put my finger there, and it seems to help. Evan Rifkin, Lisa, have you ever seen a cat cafe? Evan, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I thought we were friends. This is ridiculous.
I love that. That's awesome.
We have one in Indianapolis. You get a coffee, hang out with dozens of cats.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. They had one in Fredericksburg, and my friend got a cat from there. And yeah, I've never gone to one, but wow, that would be awesome.
Everyone listening to this live stream right now, you need to understand myself and Evan Rifkin are no longer friends, and you, I'm saying it to her face, you are forbidden from going to those events.
Whatever.
Unless you're going there with the neighborhood cats that you're taking for adoption. Stephen P. is looking forward to buying a batch of KG call betas that are guaranteed to get along.
Oh boy.
Look to him to make things awkward. Definitely not calls. How dare you? You're funny. Why do you do that?
He is.
Pixelated Moss. Haven't seen that name in a while. Congrats on the house. Excited to see where the next chapter takes you both.
Thank you.
So are we. Rico Stan. I don't care for betas nor Oscars. Nice knowing y'all.
Oh, Rico. Oh, he hasn't been feeling good. I hope
Did
he
one of the
feels
moderators
better.
ban him yet? Just get him out of here.
Stop. Don't say that. One of them might.
I didn't realize you weren't feeling good, but I still would have said that to you, and I'd have said it to your
Yeah.
face because that was mean what you just said.
Oh, he's
And-
teasing.
I don't care if you're not feeling good. There's no excuse for that kind of behavior.
See, he's not feeling good. That's why he said it.
Yeah, he's a little out of his mind. I get it. More than usual. UPS are living the dream. Watching y'all is the best way to end my work day.
Oh,
I'm super
kitty.
excited about the move. Well, thank you. And I know your work days are long because having talked to my UPS guy all the time,
Yes.
I know y'all are hustling.
And you're going to be... she lives in Tennessee. So she's going to live closer to us, too.
I think we'll be a little far off of her route. I don't think she'll be able to.
I don't know. Neighbors. Alice B. said at KG Tropicals, John, you're going to hate me, but Lisa, Japan has a Fox Island. That's awesome.
See, I like foxes too. I like foxes. Listen, the two of us were both delighted and tickled and just thrilled by the fact that there was a possum on our porch yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we
had a raccoon the other night, and I put grapes out on the porch, and it ate the grapes. It was so cute.
We love all of those animals. I particularly love wild animals because they're not supposed to be on our porch, but yet they're there, and it's really cool.
I had a fox. I had a fox on my porch.
We've had a fox on the porch.
And I took a picture. It let me take a picture of it before it ran away.
I have two problems with foxes. One is I have two little teeny tiny itty bitty dogs, and they will not do well against a fox. And I want chickens. And everybody knows, Will Nace, that chickens, foxes, not a good match. So you're going to have to decide. Will Nace put a really cool thing on TikTok, though, with that bright yellow, what's that thing he had, snake? And you were like, ew, no.
It looked venomous.
Probably was. I like snakes. I will never have one, but I like snakes. I won't have one because of her.
This is the thing. I've gotten to where I know I'm going to have to accept there's probably going to be more snakes where we're going to live than here. But as long as they stay out of my way, just don't scare me. So,
like I told her, if there's something laying on the ground that's a large thing that's been laying there for a little while, you're going to have to be careful when you pick that thing up. There might be something coiled underneath there. You just got to be smart about it. And you ain't going to bother them. They're not going to bother you. So nothing to worry about. Love, dreaming, drone with the $1 and then followed up with a $5 saying, just got some platy fish for my fish tank. Do they fin nip? I mean, I've never known that to be an issue. I mean, are yours fin nipping? Then you're answering your own question. But I've never known them to. But at the end of the day, any fish can. But I've never known that to be a problem with platies.
I've seen swordtails fin nip.
They're related. That's a good get though. They're going to be fun and you're going to have lots of babies. It's going to be fun. Adolfo Prieto, I'm excited to see y'all's new setup in the new place. Looking forward to all the new videos about it. FYI, I think the home improvement channel is a great idea, John. I'd subscribe.
I think you would be perfect at a home improvement channel because you're so handy. We have furniture in our house, like cabinets that are gorgeous, and he made them. Our dining room table he made. So, oops.
I mean, I would love to do it, and Adolfo keeps inflating my ego like this. I might just have to do it. It's one of those things. One of the struggles with the KG Tropicals channel is coming up with new ideas. It's kind of hard when you've done almost 800 pieces of content on the platform and you're like, well, what do I do now? I mean, it's still just a glass box full of water. What do I talk about now? Because we try our best to do educational type stuff. And it's hard because it's like, well, we don't know anything else. I would never have that problem with a home improvement channel because the house is 177 years old.
There's going to be things to do in it.
It would be a never ending flow of projects to do. And I know for me personally, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I search YouTube all the time of like historic home renovation type stuff, and there's not a lot of it on there. There's some from like the UK where they're like restoring like old castles and stuff like that, which is awesome, but that's not, that's just not like real life. That's otherworldly stuff. And then you have This Old House, which is great. I've seen every episode 150 times. I want to do one that caters to what I want to see, because I don't think I'm the only one looking for that stuff. So we'll see if Adolfo will be my first subscriber. Maybe I'll do it, and I will, of course, announce on here what it is. But again, I'm not going to tell you the name because somebody will steal it. The name is that good. Leo 209 Aquatics didn't shoot first. P.S. The female green alien. How's her temperament? You think she would be good pair for him? Getting the divider for the 15. I mean, they're all fine when they're alone. So it's hard to say. If you never know. I mean, you put them together and you see what you got. If it doesn't work out, the thing that sucks is that you can't send her back and try another one. I mean,
even with the divider, they can sense each other though.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you just have to. It's a roll of the dice, Leo. That's what it is, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. Love, Dream, and Drone. My beta only wants brine shrimp now that he's tried it. Is that okay? Of course it is. That's the best food ever. Yeah. There's ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
What you could try to do is try some other forms of brine shrimp. Example, insert ad here. We just picked up the Hikari freeze-dried brine shrimp. Sold a lot of it. Try something like that. Maybe that's what you're already feeding them. I don't know. The frozen brine shrimp. Yeah. In different variations. You'll see. I just saw. Oh yeah. I'm a freaky DeWalt lady. Girl. I've been a DeWalt fan my whole life. So I love yellow tools. TK, since I started watching your videos, I now have MTS. I have 4 tanks now. You're only getting started, my friend. 4 is you're just this is going to be a long haul for you. I know a lot of people that used to have 4 tanks. I remember when I only had 4 tanks. This is a hobby that just tends to get bigger and bigger and bigger as you go.
That's true.
All the super chat and Love, Dream, and Drone has been doing also became a member.
Oh, sweet.
And on that note, because there is the word drone in your name, I just have to say, I'm finally going to be able to fly my drone.
Right. That is exciting. I
can't fly my drone where I live because we live very close to a Navy base. I mean, it's literally in our backyard. So I'm really excited to be able to fly the drone. Where am I going to fly it to? I don't know, but I'm going to fly it from my back porch. I know that. I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, I'm going to probably want a bigger one and an upgraded one and all that because that's what I do. But
well, speaking of things like buying things and stuff, I I have a new plant. I got it this week at the grocery store. Isn't it cute? Plant of the week. Plant of the week. I mean, I order plants sometimes online, like from Plant Arena and stuff like that. You can spend a lot of money on plants, or you can find good deals. You never know. You can find some really cool plants at Walmart or your grocery store. You just gotta look. Yep. So this is my rubber tree. Just thought I'd share it with you.
Colton Curry got my 900-gallon Boswell pool pond up and going. Fighting off a sneeze here. Sorry, Colton. I had my 16-inch silver arowana in 125 and moved him into it. And in just 3 months, he's grown to over 2 feet. You two have touched me a ton, and thank you. I would love to see that. I mean, an arowana in something that massive is just majestic. That's a beautiful thing. Good for you. Good for you for doing this right.
Oh, somebody just came into chat. Jess came into chat, and she had a live stream this morning with Kat. Speaking of Kat, we sell her her snail and shrimp food now.
Oh, you want me to show the picture?
Yeah, show the picture of my snails. I have ram's horn snails, I have nearite snails, mystery snails, but my ram's horn snails go crazy over this. All of them do. And anyways, if you want to hear more about Kat, you should go check out Jess's stream. If somebody would put the link in, Ahmad, please. Because it was really cool hearing, I mean, I already know, her history and story, but you can learn more about her as well. She's a really cool young lady, and she's doing good things.
That is an awesome picture. Snails all over the place.
Yeah,
Love
that's just one or maybe 2 pieces of the snail food. And I have like a couple different areas in the tank with them in there, and the snails just go and they just eat it all up. They cover it up until it's gone. It's awesome.
Okay, Jen, okay. I am really sorry. This name is challenging me. JunQ13? 1Q. I'm really, really sorry. I feel terrible about it. But he says, I was given 7 comets from a 10-gallon, put them in a 25-gallon, found a friend with a large pond, rehoused, having babies and doing great. Thank you for the knowledge of the correct thing to do. You're a great asset in this hobby. Not a good enough asset to be able to say your name correctly, and I feel horrible about that. But that is really, really cool news. Thank you for that story. Did I tell the story of what Tanner Serpa did to me at Aquashella that hurt my feelings so much? Did I tell my story about that? So listen, folks. I'm 47 years old. I've been doing this a long time, and I have always, since 1993, when I had an arowana and my water was cloudy, I told this story at Aquashella during my talk about the arowana. I had my water was always cloudy in my arowana tank, and I had one fish store tell me, the problem is the food that you're feeding them. You have to feed them feeder fish, which is absurd. We all know that. But come to Dallas and hear my talk. If they ask me to do a talk in Dallas, and you'll hear that story. But the point I'm making is, since 1993, I've always known goldfish to be comet goldfish. Right? I mean, we all know they're comets. I've always known that. We did that video a couple of weeks ago, and talking about comet goldfish, the fish that you have downstairs that were bought as feeder fish. You put them in the pond, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Well, we also mentioned Tanner's fish, Petey, who I don't think I said this in the video, or you said this in the video. I don't think either one of us said it, that his fish was a comet goldfish, but he had to pull me to the side at Aquashella and say, I feel really bad about this, and I didn't want to say anything, but Petey is not a comet. He's a comet. I said, are you playing a joke on me? Like what? That's what I said. He's a comet. No, he's not a comet. He's a common.
common.
Now, Tanner, I love the dude. I'm not allowed to talk good about him anymore because he gets mad at me if I say nice things about him. But he's from Pennsylvania. He has a little bit of one of those Yankee accents. And so I thought maybe I'm not hearing you correctly because you're telling me Petey's not a comet, he's a comet. And I said, I felt like it was who's on first. I was like, so you're telling me your fish is not a comet, it's a common. What I didn't realize was he was saying common, not comet. And at 47 years of age and having kept glass boxes full of water since 1993, I never knew there was a difference between a comet or a common goldfish.
Right.
And that's a thing.
Yeah, well, Alex just said comet goldfish were a line invented in Maryland in the 1780s around the American Revolutionary War.
See, there you go.
Interesting.
That is news to me. I've just always looked at, if you would have asked me what is that, I would have said it's a comet goldfish. I mean, that's just what I've always known them as. And I've said it so many times. You've said it. Alex has said it. Everybody's said it. One of the best things about this hobby is that you can learn new things every single day.
Right.
And if you claim to be somebody who knows everything, you're an idiot. I promise you right now, Alex could run circles around me as far as knowledge in fish keeping, but he don't know everything. I mean, I don't know anybody that knows everything. And that's the coolest thing about this. And Ethan Wilson, you need to knock it off because I was only 10 years older than you then. So I'm only 8 years old in 1993. I was 17, but hey.
Let's see, I don't know.
Ethan Wilson been going hard at me tonight.
Wait.
Wasn't that the same one that yelled at me for the safety glasses?
In 93, you weren't 17. You weren't 17.
19. I was 19. I'm sorry.
Because I was getting ready to say, I just did the math, and that was not, yeah.
That's another line that I can't say, but if nobody had guessed Letterkenny earlier, I would have said, that's like algebra. Why do you have to put numbers and letters together? Why can't you just go F yourself? That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard, except he actually says the real word, but Letterkenny, watch it. It's hilarious. Fishy Biz, oh boy, what's this going to say? Not coming to the new crib with snakes. Going to have to bring the tractor to come pick me up from the curb. Well, that's fine, because, if you're just going to be a baby like that, I don't think, it's going to sound different than what I'm actually trying to say, I don't think you'll fit on the second floor of our house.
Oh.
Because Drew is like 6'9", and the ceiling on our second floor of that house is not 6'9".
I even have the second floor specifically for short people.
Will Nace could not stand up straight in our second floor. There's no way. Drew would be like
uncomfortable.
Could not stand on his tippy toes. Because I'm guessing Drew's probably like 6'4", 6'5". Will's 6'9". Will would have to stand like this on the second floor of our house. But that's what makes it adorable. That's the charm. People were little back in the 1800s, and I think it's adorable. I think it's fun. And when I paint that floor, I'm not going to need a ladder. It's going to be no problem. It's going to be simple. I should do a video about that. It'll be funny. Why is everybody calling me a hippie? I'm no hippie.
No, not you.
Oh, is there a hippie person in here?
Yes. It's not always about you, John.
Well, guess what? My name's John, and people keep saying hippie John, and I'm like, what?
It's hippie John the Fisherman.
There we go. Okay, well, that's not me. Are you still... Hey, listen, Vibes Aquatics. Drew's never been my bodyguard. Listen, every time the stuff has gone down when I'm at these events, he is nowhere to be found. Nowhere. I do not feel safe. And he's never there to do the job. He's just... Anyway.
Ethan
You're not helping me out here, Lisa Marie.
Ethan W. said, please let me stay. I'm addicted to answering questions in chat.
Well, nobody's kicking you out. Why would? Because because I was upset with him for just coming down on me tonight. I mean, it's been rough. What do we got? We got 9:25. We might as well start wrapping things up so we don't have to impede on Fish Room Fever like we do every single week.
Should I show my clearance item that I got?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. In case anybody has a garden and you want to find a really good deal on these little garden tool sets, right now Walmart has them on clearance because they're bringing in the new stuff. So they're trying to get rid of last year's stuff. And I just thought, look how cute that is. That's just adorable. Comes with the gloves and a little, scissor, the cutty things, the shears, and your little tool thingy and your shovel. So anyways, I just thought I would share.
And it has the pretty flowers on them.
I just thought I would share the good deal. I got it for $6. It's normally like $15 or $16. And they have a whole bunch of stuff at Walmart right now in like the gardening section from last year. The hose nozzle things I got you. That's a great gift for any man. My son was like, he saw it, he goes, oh, just an idea for my stocking stuffer next year. And it's literally, there's 2 of them in a box this size. And he's like, as a stocking stuffer. So anyways, they have some good stuff on clearance. That way you don't have to go buy it full price this year and have the latest and greatest. Get last year's. It works just as well.
Oh, look what Melissa Jeswald said. Lisa, KG Tropicals, you should do a plant channel. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I have a lot of plants. I definitely could.
I'm gonna say this. And this is gonna sound really bad, but I hope all of you can understand where I'm coming from. If I don't do that second channel, that would be Mine All Mine. The reason why I wouldn't do it is because I want to just enjoy doing those things and not have the pressure of making videos about it.
Right.
YouTube is a gift for us. I mean, it's a dream lifestyle. It really is. And we're so fortunate to be able to do what we do. But it's hard to say it this way, but fish keeping is like no longer ours. It's all of ours. And so everything we do with fish keeping, if we make a mistake, if something tragic happens, we have to talk about it on our YouTube channel. It's just what we have to do. And if I put a piece of trim up crooked, or if I don't wear safety glasses, or if I'm whatever, I just want to be able to enjoy it and not have to worry about what people might say.
That's sort of like why I have my channel, because it's not specific, but I like to do the videos that I do more of like instead of a photo album, it's like a real
documenting.
Yeah, of my animals and stuff. So it's more for me, but I like to be able to share it with people if they're interested in it. But it's not something that I would ever be like, oh, I should have this monetized, not to make money off of. If that channel ever for some reason got monetized, it would be money that's donated to a shelter or a rescue, or to open up my own rescue or something like that, just because that's my passion.
Ethan W. finally says something nice and brings up a good point. You got to keep some hobbies for yourself. YouTube is work, and work isn't fun. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. If I was rich enough, and that sounded really bad because I know people who have this, and I don't mean to sound like I'm coming down on them, but if I could afford to just have somebody follow me around with a camera, I would do that channel in a heartbeat, because I could just say, all right, look, I'm going to go work on this, turn the camera on, let's go. And I could talk through it and do tutorial type stuff. And the editing part would be my favorite part of the whole process to do. I absolutely love that. It's all right, I'm going to go replace that windowsill. It's okay, I got to get the camera. I got to get it set up. I got to make sure the batteries are there. I got to put a light on there. It's that whole part of it for me that would be what stops me from doing a channel like that. Right. If we had somebody on staff that was interested in that kind of stuff, and I could be like, hey, then I would do it in a heartbeat, and it would be a blast, because The editing is my favorite part of this whole process. But all the other stuff is not. So I don't know.
And it's hard because, like, you could say, oh, well, Lisa will follow me around with the camera. Well, I've got stuff to do,
you got a life, too.
I've got all the betas to take care of, and just there's so much. But I am the one that kind of knows. I am the closest person to him that knows what he's thinking about and what he would envision and want to be recorded. We know each other that well, but I can't always be there. That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's the hard part about it. But anyway, it is 9:30, so young lady, you need to wrap this thing up because we are now officially on. We got somebody volunteering to be a cameraman.
Nice.
We're officially impeding on Fisher and Fever's time. So,
well,
and I got to go to bed early tonight because I got a lot of work to do tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got to get busy tomorrow and get that money's worth for those tools. So yeah, definitely. But excuse me, I had a burp. It's contagious.
Sorry.
But thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate everybody that stuck around, who came and left and came back and super chatted and lurked, because I know there's a lot of lurkers out there. And, you count too, whether it just doesn't matter, you count. But thank you. Thank you to the mods. You guys are amazing. And just thank you for everything. The super chats, becoming new members, staying a member. And we have a lot more to come for the members. We can't promise certain things, but it's coming. What you get, you'll get more than... Yeah, you'll get more than what you're usually getting. And the cool thing is you get a lot of the behind the scenes of the cool stuff that's coming up for our channel. So anyways, go check out Fisher and Fever. And then after that, Chattanooga Ed. And then after that, I'm not sure if Rico Stan is live streaming or not.
I'm not sure if Ed is either, because Ed had surgery.
I had no idea. I have not been up to date with streams at all lately. But the important thing is Fisher and Fever is streaming right now. So go check out James. Have a great night and have a good weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.